Everybody, good morning. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome into this lovely Monday morning, August 18th, 7 a.m. here in sunny Colorado. Welcome in, guys. Today's episode, we are going to cover tokenomics. I did put a goal up there in the chat, guys, but I don't know what I'm doing. So the deal is that it says something other than our goal. My goal, I couldn't find how to do it, but my goal in the chat is to get us um, 10 likes by in an hour. I'm sorry, I think it's 20 likes. 20 likes in an hour. That's the goal. So anyway, welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, live, coming to you live this morning. Don't forget to tap like and subscribe on your way in. And don't forget, we have Caleb and Brown coming up, Jim Bazzani coming up, our interview live, 5:30 Mountain Time tonight, Monday. That's Mountain Time, 5:30. Jim Bazzani from Caleb and Brown. And he's awesome. You're going to love him. You're going to love this interview. He's easy to talk with. He's very information giving. He's very informational. He's awesome as far as giving us the difference between an exchange, exchange that you use like Coinbase or Uphold, currently most folks use, and what Caleb and Brown is, which is actually a crypto brokerage, which is completely different. We're going to go over all the differences tonight. Please tune in. So let's get into today's episode. Please tap that like and subscribe down below. We're going to cover tokenomics today, how they work. Tokenomics are instrumental, of course, in choosing. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor and never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. So when it comes to choosing cryptocurrency coins that I want to buy or tokens, remember the difference between a coin and a token. A coin runs on your own chain, and the token runs on someone else's chain, essentially. Now, here's the deal. Tokenomics have some key things that we always want to consider, and tokenomics are crucial when it comes to choosing a project because it can make the difference, of course, between something going up $6,000 in a day or down $6,000 in a day or more, like a Bitcoin, right? Fast mover, quant, fast mover. Look at the tokenomics on those two, and then go look at the tokenomics on something like, an XRP or, because you're looking at, we're going to cover it all. You're going to look at that supply. I'm not going to give you the reasons now. We're going to get into this thing. Let's do it. Now, tokenomics, token and economics together equals tokenomics, basically, where we're getting the word from. Okay. So it's a study of everything that influences a cryptocurrency's value and usability. So, of course, never financial advice on the channel. It's also going to affect its price, right? Of course it is. So we can kind of think of them as rules of the game, how tokens are created, how they're distributed, how they're burned or removed from the supply itself, and how they incentivize people to hold or use them. Either way, which make a difference, and where they go. All these things may. Okay, so, oh boy. So for beginners, guys, if you've been in here a while, by the way, welcome everybody in this morning. To my regulars, welcome in, and to newcomers, welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Please tap that like and subscribe down below. This episode, we're covering tokenomics. I'll try to remember to breathe and not clear my throat too loudly into the microphone. How they're burned and removed from supply, and how they incentivize people to use or hold them without solid tokenomics. A cryptocurrency project is like a board game, essentially, without having any rules to it. There's no rules to the game. And how could that work, right? Because nobody knows. That would be like Choke 2.0, right? Nobody knows the rules of the game. You've got supply, first of all, fixed versus unlimited supply. The fixed supply coins like Bitcoin, which has a $21 million cap, and create scarcity like gold or more demand, higher price, right? Like Brad said, you don't have to go to MIT to know. That wasn't the one he was talking about, that precept, but you know what I mean. Unlimited supply coins are different. Those are Ethereum, no hard cap. Those are smooth love potions, some lower cap, a lower cap play, not financial advice. that, of course, every time a new, the game Axie Infinity, right? So every time a new character is breeded, you have to use Smooth Love Potion. It gets burned. It gets burned. Okay, so that's fine. But now it's an unlimited supply coin, so at any time they can just crank out more of them. Okay, so if it was a fixed supply coin, which is, of course, I think we're kind of putting the pieces together, right? What would you rather have, a fixed supply coin or an unlimited supply coin? Yeah. I mean, the fixed supply coin very likely is going to go up higher in price over time, up and to the right for you. Not financial advice on the channel. By the way, welcome everybody in this morning. I'm not paying attention. Dupree and Turkey Base, welcome in. No sound. Huh? No sound? Honestly, no sound. Are you serious? Oh boy. Oh boy. No sound. Let's see. How about now? Um, excuse me, do you have it now? It might take a second to come on. Yeah, you got it now. I can even hear it now. Boy, guys, this is quite a thing. I do apologize. How frustrating. But you guys are awesome for hanging with us. If that was me, I'd be like, I'm out of here. No, you guys are cool. Thank you. Thanks for staying in. And thanks for helping me, by the way, in the community. Thank you much. We're getting back to the episode. I'm going to leave it on just to make sure that the sound stays on for me. A hair in the background. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for sticking in. All right, we're going to continue. Thank you for sticking with that. So, what coin do we want? Do we want fixed supply? I'm going to start this over because you guys don't even know what the heck I was talking about. Welcome into Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. This guy's wacky. Yeah, we had no sound for the first half of the episode. Always an exciting adventure here on, not that that makes this okay, but always an exciting adventure here on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Please tap like and subscribe. I put a goal down there. I'm starting to learn all this stuff. It's kind of fun. I was told that people actually like learning with you live every day. So, and I did too with my people. So, I guess it's not the worst thing. Hope you guys are having fun in here. Thanks for having fun each day at 7 a.m., watching us trip over our own 2 feet, AV wise, audio wise in particular. How fun. Not really. We're getting better, guys. We're getting better. All right. Tap like and subscribe. I did not know how to set the goal for today, so I set it for 20. I think I set it for like 20. I wanted it for 20 likes, but it did something different. So we have a goal in the chat. Don't really know how all that works. Kind of dumb. I'm kind of an old guy who's really a weird kind of person. I'm a weird scientific kind of dude who's can be a little bit annoying, so I work to stay on topic. I will do that now. Part of that, of course, is today's episode, but the other part is the comments. So good morning to Dupree, good morning to Marnie, good morning to Turkey Base, and good morning to Prit this morning, Prit T, and anybody else who may be in our comments section. And more will come in. Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank, the Crypto Tank. It's all about tokenomics today. This is our topic. So tokenomics is basically token equals economics, essentially. Now, how the tokens are created are crucial. We need rules to the game or we have nothing, okay? So here are the rules to the game essentially with tokenomics. How are they created? How are they distributed? How are they burned and removed from the supply is crucial. How they incentivize people to use them or hold them, so their perception in the market and their sentiment and so forth. That's crucial. So without solid tokenomics, I don't care if it's a Bitcoin, an Ethereum up top, an XRP, or even your Solaners, Raopow, or if it's a low cap, it doesn't matter. Tokenomics are crucial. We know that we can see Bitcoin run $6,000 up in a day or down or even more. Or quant. Fast movers, man. These have fixed supply, of course, right? Where you can't just create more out of nowhere, right? There's a limited supply on them. It's fixed. Okay. The others that don't have that, you'll see. Not the case. Okay, we can see in their price movement. Never financial advice on their channel. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm some knucklehead contractor who learned all this stuff about 6 years ago. And now I'm teaching. That's it. It's for informational purposes only. Never for financial advice. Ever. I can't tell you what to do with your money. Why would I do that? Could never do that. Your financial decisions are your own, but please tap that like and subscribe down below. And please don't forget we're interviewing Jim Bazzani tonight at 5:30 Mountain Time live. Our first live interview on the channel. The dude's awesome. You're going to love him. He's really cool. He's a really nice guy. Very professional. I hope I can match the professionalism and just the everything. I've seen him in interviews before, and he's excellent. So I'm so excited to have him on the channel tonight. An uncommon thing for us. We're going live at 5:30 tonight Mountain Time. Please join us with Jim Bazzani from Caleb and Brown. But let's get back to this, though. So supply, we have fixed versus unlimited. We would like a fixed because that means you're not creating more out of nowhere on us, and that means the price is going to be solid and stepping up to the right and have financial advice on the chart over time, and we love this, okay? That's a Bitcoin. That's, Ethereum, you could create more. So that's an unlimited supply coin. So Bitcoin has 21 million, as you know. That's a fixed supply coin. It creates scarcity, kind of like what gold does. More demand, higher price, right? So unlimited supply coins are Ethereum, and those are and Smooth Love Potion and the like, and that means you can just kind of print more out of nowhere. Depends on utility and network use as far as its value. Of course, Ethereum value-wise, price-wise, rocks the house. I don't know why I like to say that. It's really dumb, and I'm going to stop saying that. I've not been told. I think people are just being nice to me. I think it sounds dumb coming out of my mouth, so I'll stop saying that. Apologies. Can I shake the house? Supply mechanics matter. Inflationary tokens equal basically, here's the deal. Okay, so you got inflationary, you got deflationary tokens. Okay, and you can figure which one might be inflationary and which one might be deflationary. The inflationary tokens, of course, lose value over time if they're not balanced out. The deflationary tokens gain value versus supply shrinking. As the supply shrinks. Here's a beginner analogy for you. Imagine printing money nonstop versus printing a limited edition baseball card. Like, which do you think All right, what's the difference between those two things? You know what I mean? Comments. Sorry, guys. Okay, good. I'm glad this sounds good. Good. We're back on track. Okay, good. Only a few minutes. Good. Yeah, I love you guys too. Thanks, Marty. I love you guys too. You guys are awesome. I love you guys as well. Man, you guys are the best in these comments. I hope you're learning something here from the tank. If you are, please tap like and subscribe. And if you like it, please do that. Don't worry, I don't do third person in my life. I'm a talking head up here, so I do that, a mouthpiece. Don't worry, I refer to myself as Frank all the time as me. Me, I say. You know what I mean? Distribution's crucial, guys. Who gets the tokens? Huh? Who gets the tokens? I'm asking. It's crucial. Who gets the tokens? Who got the tokens first? Let me ask you about let me ask you about this one. Who got the tokens? Now look I'm not stirring anything up. I'm asking who got the tokens. It's okay. Nothing wrong. Who got the tokens? On this one. Good. Shout it out whenever you know the answers. Drop that one in the comments. Who got the tokens on that one? Anyway, okay. So we've got fair launch, basically tokens distributed evenly like Bitcoin. Everyone could mine from day one. You got a launch of 21 million, and everybody can do it can rock from day one. Okay, these coins. Pre-mine or ICO. We know who that is, right? Founders and investors get a big chunk first, sometimes a red flag if they can dump later. XRP's always Ripple's always dumping on the market. Really? The controlled demolition at the beginning of the month every month? The XRP controlled demolition? I don't think so. No, it can be done wisely. If a company is solid, wanting to see, here's the deal. I don't know if people see this, but the old XRP, never financial advice on the channel. The reason why XRP will continue to go up and to the right over time, very, very likely, never financial advice, over the next 3 to 5 years, it will stair step up and to the right on the charts, of course. Why? How much trust can institute? What can we do? With something, nothing wrong, but a Bitcoin has its place, is in its lane, right? It's different. We can't go to anybody at Bitcoin. You can't go to Mr. Bitcoin. You can't go to Satoshi or the 4 Satoshis or whoever that is. You know, the powers that be. Whoever made Bitcoin. Who knows? David Schwartz. Who knows? Whoever made Bitcoin can't go to Bitcoin head and say, Mr. Bitcoin, this, that, the other, whatever, right? So completely different from a brick and mortar Ripple that actually integrates some of the same, similar, okay, as far as being decentralized, the XRP ledger, but also someone you can actually go to. It's actually quite brilliant. Brilliant show. Brilliant move. This is one of the reasons, not financial advice, why we're all over XRP. Obviously, Ripple and XRP, obviously, because besides, tokenomics, the problems they solve in the real world, the company, everything. Airdrops are something else we need to consider. Free tokens to attract new users. I always say never financial advice on the channel. I don't like airdrops. I feel like they're dangerous. I feel like you can get hacked with an airdrop. I don't like it. Airdrop comes in. I feel like it can hack you. I don't like that. Like crypto marketing campaigns that you've seen recently, by the way. And don't get me wrong. I've gotten them. I got my flair and my, it's fun. Utility. Always something to consider, though. Okay, because here's the thing. All right, distribution does affect trust. Always. Decentralization. And long-term value, always. There's no question about that. That's always going to be the case. Always going to be the case on some level. We can't get away from that, which is fine. But we have to be honest about what lane we're in, with what project we're behind, that we're into, and what that project does, what its tokenomics are, how it's set up for the future, who's holding the coins, and what their governance is. We're going to get into more of this coming up here. Incentives and rewards. Okay. I want to jump, but I'm not going to jump around. Let's get back to it. I'm going to stay on task. Staying on task for the community is the tank. Talking in third person again, this knucklehead. Here we go. Let's get into, what do you want to get into next on this? Because I literally can go about 5 different ways. I'm going to go utility. All right. What can the token do? Crucial. Tokenomics is not just supply, of course. It's about use cases, transaction fees, XRP, Ethereum. So here, let's cover transaction fees. You got XRP or Ethereum. Used to pay for network transactions, and ADA so staking governance is another way. ADA or DOT or DOT, used for voting and securing the network. So we've got different uses for them. Collateral lending, another use. Stable coins like USDC used in DeFi lending, and also, of course, Bitcoin being a store of value. Transaction fees are different on different chains, of course. You have indeterministic fees. You have deterministic fees. We'll cover those real quick. Cardano has something called deterministic fees, meaning they're determined ahead of time. You know what the fees are going to be before you use it. Indeterministic fees, which have gotten, I think, a little bit better with this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ethereum. But rather indeterministic on Ethereum, and you don't know what it's going to be until that time. And by the way, the more traffic on the chain, the higher the fees are. When you want to go send your stuff through, your contracts through, anything on the chain, fees are higher. Anything you want to push through. So people will wait for lower times, for lower fees, slower time on Ethereum, for example, a slower time. And I think you now can kind of bundle together and send through. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think it's gotten better. Excuse me, but it's crucial to know that some chains, to use their chain, the fee is not as high, and in some cases where it's deterministic, like Cardano, you will know ahead of time what the fee is, and it's not a crazy fee. So that's like a little quick thing on that. There's a difference between all these, and this is why all of these. So most of these things can be learned, by the way, on CoinMarketCap. I know it's CoinMarketCap. I get annoyed that they don't clean their act up with certain things, but I love CoinMarketCap, and I use it all the time. It's my go-to. So I joke. I joke a lot. Boy, some people think I really don't like them, and I do. I better watch it. I love CoinMarketCap. They're fantastic. I use them. I use CoinGecko sometimes, but CoinMarketCap is the go-to, and Crypto Bubbles is fun. I had a guy one time told me, a friend of mine at a party, and he didn't know anything about crypto, and he wanted me to show him, and I pulled my phone out, and he said, "What cryptos do you like, Frank? What do you?" But I'm like, "Well, let me show you something fun." So I pulled out Crypto Bubbles, and he was blown away by it. He was just thought it was so cool. And he's like, "So how many bubbles do you have? How many of those bubbles do you have? Which bubbles? Which bubbles should I get?" He thought it was bubbles. He thought it was cryptos were bubbles. Just like the people who think the tap card at the payment that you have to actually tap it to make the card work. No, please, people, please. If you just, it just says tap. You just put it there and it'll read it. Trust me. Hilarious crap, you guys. All right, let's get into more governance and control. Crucial. Many tokens give holders a voice in decision making. Like, all right, look at a solid governance project like HBAR. Okay. Take a look at that. You can go to CoinMarketCap and you can check all tokenomics, and you can read all up on all the artwork on all these coins. All these coins tokens work. Everything. Their supply, their every single thing. And then we're going to talk later about market cap and things and how to tally all this up and how it all works and how you're going to become a quick little tokenomics whiz. Governance control, basically, okay, so there are decentralized autonomous organizations in crypto, of course, called DAOs and other places of the world. Token holders can vote on basically upgrades on the blockchain, how treasury funds are spent, changes to supply or fees. All right, here's the deal. I don't know if I want to mention this part. Yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, it is true. If whales own too many tokens, they can control votes. That's of course an important thing to consider. Always to consider. Tokenomics must prevent centralization to stay fair. Obviously. We have someone in the comments. Then why do they say not touch? Hilarious. Exactly. Nice point, Marnie. Red flags and tokenomics. Um, you unlimited supply and no burn. That's an important thing to consider. Inflation disaster if that happens, guys. We don't want that. Founders hold 60% plus of tokens. That's of course a centralization risk because of the power they hold. No clear utility. A meme coin gamble, for instance, nothing wrong. We love to do that sometimes and play around with never financial advice on the channel, play around with coins on channels. Certain, Doge made some money, full transparency on Doge. Made more money in 10 minutes on Doge than I ever made, and probably I don't know what the comparison is, but I literally was talking to my sister on the telephone coming back from the chiropractor, and I had been watching Doge. Don't worry, we'll get back to it. I was watching Doge on my phone while I was at the chiropractor, and I went in there, and it was a quick, like, half-hour thing, half-hour session. I got out of there, and it was still going. Now it was in price discovery for me, and it started going and going, well past, obviously, my purchase price. Never financial advice on the channel. And I got on the telephone with my sister from Connecticut and started driving back home to where I live in Colorado from the chiropractor. And after about 10 minutes of driving, and I'm looking and checking while I'm talking with her on the phone, and I'm like, I gotta go. I'm like, sis, I gotta go. I gotta go. She's like, wait, I gotta go. I'll call you back in a minute, okay? I look at my phone and I'm thinking, I have never made that much money in literally, okay, more than 10 minutes. Call it that whole period of 45 minutes. Call it an hour. In an hour, I have never seen, and I'm not telling the number, but my goodness gracious me, never financial advice on the channel. And cryptocurrencies can be very dangerous, and you could lose your shirt and everything in crypto. Your pants, your underwear, your socks, your shoes, everything in crypto. Your glasses, you could just lose your glasses. So be careful with crypto. We can also do very well in crypto. Never financial advice on the channel. If we play crypto well, smart. I don't charge for that piece. I see other channels do that, and I don't know if I should be doing that, and I'm doing this whole YouTube thing wrong. To show you all my trades is what I mean in a Patreon. Am I doing this whole thing wrong? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a nice guy who's trying to help. Would I like my channel to blow up, and would I like to hopefully make a little money with you? Yeah, of course. Anybody would, right? This is fun. I got to believe if I never got paid for this from YouTube, I would continue to just keep doing this constantly, because this is my going to the gym, right? It's a lot of work. The payoff's awesome, and I've got a gym in my house too, right? A separate, so I'm cool. So it's like YouTube studio, gym, pretty cool. Pretty lucky guy. I'm pretty lucky, guys. I would do this if I never had a cent from YouTube, and I mean that, and I'm being absolutely honest about that. Isn't that interesting? I kind of just came to that right now live on the air. I never really thought about that. That's pretty cool. All right, so that's good news. So yeah, for sure. I am doing this for the right reasons, because it's fun, and I'm trying to help. And it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for informational and educational purposes only. And if it's ever entertaining, then awesome. All right, let's wrap this up because we've got whiteboard to get to. Oh yeah, you know that. Hey, we need a name for this segment. What's the name for our segment, our whiteboard segment? I don't know. You need a name for it. Let's wrap this up. Tokenomics in action. XRP has a fixed supply of 100 billion coins. No more can be created. Distribution. People, you can create more. You can't. I've heard it so many times in the comments. It's okay. Distribution, large share held by Ripple, but gradually released, as we know, and we know there's a nice little dump beginning of the month, a planned utility used for cross-border payments, liquidity, and settlement, RTGS, real-time gross settlements, right? Burn mechanism, every XRP transaction burns a tiny fraction of XRP. Isn't that lovely? Don't we love that? Yes, we do. And by the way, what's going to happen in 30 years to XRP? By the way, what's going to happen to the cost of a cross-border transaction, an ODL transaction, on-demand liquidity transaction that happens in 3 to 5 seconds? What happens when, because right now it's 0.00001 of an XRP of a ZERP, right? A million drops an XRP. What XRP? So if it's 0.00001 of an XRP to perform a cross-border transaction now, what happens in 30 years when XRP's price is at 30K, 50K? Somebody riddle me that in the comments. I don't know. Somebody tell me, somebody who knows that. Somebody who would think, who thinks you might have an interesting answer to that. Guys, let's wrap her up. Tokenomics, basically the heartbeat of any project. You've got your supply, distribution, utility, incentives, and governance. These things are the backbone of the tokenomics of any crypto project. So next time somebody else, wants to say, hey, this coin, that coin, whatever, quickly check its tokenomics aside from its fundamentals and aside from its price action, its prior price chart printing. Never financial advice on the channel because I ain't no financial advisor, man. But it's time for this next segment of the episode that you've all been waiting for. And I want to do what I can do is we'll be right back, but I'm not going to do it. I'm leaving the screen on and just going to hang on 1 second because now we're doing this. Oh, yes, indeed. It's that time. It's that time of the episode where Professor Tank lays it out on the whiteboard. Hang on now. Okay. Okay, now, tokenomics for today. We have covered supply, we've covered utility. We haven't covered so much. We've covered everything, actually. And market dynamics. What other market dynamics, aside from the nuts and bolts of fixed supply or not, everything, its distribution, its incentives, everything about the coin or token. What about it? You know what I mean? All of it together. It's market dynamics. All right, we are going to do the board flip because I don't want to race just yet. I want some time. I want some time saved because if we do that, now we're going to get to the nuts and bolts of it. Now, we're going to get into our fun little price prediction episode, but we're not doing EOI. We're going too far out. That time horizon is absolutely fine. It's not too far out now. Where are we? August, 18th today? Here's the deal. Here's the dilly willy. Time horizon wise, let's go a week out. Okay, so we are at Monday, August 18th. This price prediction, let's go. Okay, let's start with XRP. So and I think my screen share will work just fine. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I hope it isn't. I hope we can still hear me. Let's see. We may or may not be able to hear me. I think we can. Let's see. I'll know in a sec. Yep. Okay, good. Good. We can hear me. All right. Cryptocurrency market cap today coming in at 3.89 trill. Fear and greed coming in at 56, 6 points into the greed. Bitcoin's at 115,757. Ethereum's at 4,300-ish. And XRP's just a touch under $3. Now, let's take a look at the 1 week right here. Where were we? Excuse me. Where were we back here? $3.20. Interesting. Okay. Guys, call it out. Where do you think here? I'll give you a quick candlestick. Where do you think we are? And I'll give you on the day. Check out the candlestick on the week and now the day. I think we might be jumping in just a little bit here on some XRP. Looking at this chart. Anyway, tokenomics here. Listed right there for us. Where's XRP going? Where is XRP going? Please, somebody tell me. And by the way, don't forget Caleb and Brown, your one-stop shop. We have our for cryptocurrency brokerage. We have our episode coming up tonight, live 5:30, with Jim Bizzani from Caleb and Brown. Please tune in. It's 5:30 Mountain Time. It's going to be a live interview with Jim Bizzani from Caleb and Brown, explaining the differences between a brokerage and an exchange, like a Coinbase or something similar. And let's check movement today because we like to do it. So let's just check this. We've got some massive movement. Over 300,000 trade in the past minute of XRP. Love to see it. Guys, give me your price, please, if you don't mind, on XRP. I'm going to lay mine down. By the end of this week, I think we're about ready to hit it this week. I think this is our week. So I am going to call XRP. See, the thing is if I call, a $3.75 or something that we jump by the end, it just keep gaining traction and we go, then we're going to be into all-time high, into discovery zone. Yeah, so if we had price discovery, I'm saying that that'd be wacky if I called the $5 XRP right now and it happened at the end of this week. All right, I'm calling it. I can do it if I want to. I have a feeling. I have a funny little feeling. I'm calling a $5 XRP. Let me put a couple more up here. How about all right, I'm going to pop my prices up for all the rest by the end of the week. I'm rethinking my $5. It's not going to do it yet. I'm going to put this at. It's not going to do it yet. I'm going to put this at. I'm going to put H bar at. I'm not sure on those two just yet. Here, let me get here. Let me help my cause. Let's see. All righty. Now, let's hop over to, for instance, Stellar. Now, let's hop over to this 7 week, this 7 day, I mean. Yeah. Okay. I am going to shout out I think Stellar's gonna hit about. That's my Stellar call, and my XDC call is going to be. XDC is going to be. Okay, XDC, I am going with. Yeah, I'm going to say. Okay, those are my end of week price predictions, and I am sticking to them. And by the way, let's get one more thing up here. Yeah, let's put that aside for a moment because we have other things to get to here. So, more on tokenomics. Let's go ahead and make sure that we've got our screen share. Okay, so more on tokenomics here. We've already covered today. Let's see. Token supply, how many tokens exist and how they are created, issued, or destroyed, or burned, what we call burned. Token distribution, how tokens are initially allocated to founders, investors, and the community. Token utility, what the token is used for within the ecosystem, such as governance payments or access to services, and incentives. How users are rewarded for participating in the network, example staking, providing liquidity, and so forth. And then market dynamics, crucial, how supply and demand affect the token's price. This video, okay, maybe we can play that. Maybe we can. Can we? We're going to get copyrighted?
What is tokenomics? Tokenomics dictate the supply and demand characteristics of a cryptocurrency. But before diving into tokenomics, let's take a look at what a token means. So, what is a token? A token is a digital unit of a cryptocurrency that is either used as a specific asset or it represents a particular use on the blockchain. Tokens can have multiple use cases, but the most common ones are as security, utility, or governance tokens. Cryptocurrencies and tokens built on blockchains have preset algorithmically created issuance schedules. This means that we can predict with quite some accuracy how many coins will have been created by a certain day and time. Though it is possible for most crypto assets to have this issuance schedule altered, it would require quite a bit of effort. Thus, changing this schedule is very difficult. This provides some predictability and security for token holders in a way that is much more predictable and stable than how governments create and issue their currencies. So why is tokenomics important when investing in cryptocurrency?
Yeah, why is tokenomics important when you invest in cryptocurrency? Huh? Why is it important? And here's the deal. Now, the thing with this channel is, now for you newcomers, people who've been on and know about all this, this just is what it is. This channel is for folks who want to learn about crypto, folks who are very advanced. Of course, we have our long form videos as well, and our lives are mostly designed for newcomers. We try not to get too far down the road for you as far as cryptocurrencies go. If you're in our comment section and you want to know something or you don't know something and you want to be brought up to speed on something and we're going too fast for you or covering something that you don't understand, go ahead and just holler, please, in the comments and we'll cover it. And I keep an eye on them. But for those who get bored, I don't know what to tell you. This channel is for learning. And if I can skip through a portion of it, I will. But that's the issue, is that it's the skipping through the mundane pieces of information that help us to fully grasp and understand a topic and make us masters on it that a lot of folks are not willing to do. So, not sure who you are tuning in to this channel right now. I do have people in the comments that say, get to the point, 2 seconds, and if you can't, and that's it, or I'm out. And I'm like, okay, see you later. Because I can't, So I'm sorry if this doesn't um, if it's too rudimentary, but we're going to need to get through some of this, you guys, okay? Some of this.
Understanding the factors that will impact either supply or demand are of vital importance to both speculators and investors. Perhaps the most important factor is to understand how the digital currency will be used. Is there a clear link between the platform or service being built and the asset itself? If so, there is a strong chance that a growing service will require purchases that increase usage and demand, thus increasing the price. If this is not the case, what can the token be used for? Other important questions include: how many coins or tokens currently exist? How many will exist in the future, and when will they be created? Who owns the coins? Are there some set aside to be released in the future for developers? Have a large number of coins been lost, burned, deleted, or are somehow unusable? Tokenomics is also helpful as guidance to understand how much an asset might be worth in the future. For example, many people new to crypto might think that any coin could become as valuable as Bitcoin, even though tokenomics may prove this to be impossible. As an example, let's look at two coins, Bitcoin Cash and Tron. Bitcoin Cash has the same total supply as Bitcoin, so thinking that it may become as valuable as the world's biggest cryptocurrency could be possible. However, with more than 100 billion Tron already created, in order to break a few $1,000s per coin, Tron would need to become the most valuable business in the history of the world. The odds of that happening may be a bit off. While these questions may seem to require complex answers, they do provide an extra way to view.
So real quick, could have been an error on my part, but never financial advice on the channel. But I didn't go with Tron because of tokenomics, and I didn't put money into Tron. I saw the whole thing. I paid attention. That was just me. I didn't do it. I know some people who did. Nothing wrong with Tron either. Sure, it'll be fun.
And to help understand whether one asset is more likely to have a great value and future than another.
Okay. So, tokenomics, crucial. Understanding value and why it matters. We'll run through the rest of what AI is going to say. Understanding value. Tokenomics help investors and users assess the potential value and long-term viability of a cryptocurrency, predicting price fluctuations. By the way, never financial advice on the channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an educator and an entertainer and a talking head. By understanding token distribution and utility, one can anticipate potential price movements. Ensuring network security, another thing to consider. Tokenomics can incentivize users to act in a way that strengthens the network's security. Guiding investment decisions, tokenomics provides crucial information for making informed investment choices. So, can also dive a little bit deeper. We'll break it down even more deeply. So, when we already covered, but for newcomers, maximum supply, the finite number of tokens that will ever exist. For Bitcoin, for example, a max supply, of course, 21 million. Scarcity can drive up the value as demand increases. Now, circulating supply is the number of tokens currently in use and available for trading in the market. It's a key metric for determining liquidity and market capitalization. Inflationary supply. Tokens where the supply increases over time, often through rewards or network participation. This can incentivize user engagement, might dilute value if not managed carefully. Deflationary supply. Tokens where the supply decreases over time, typically through mechanisms like token burning, where tokens are permanently removed from circulation. This can create scarcity and potentially drive up the token's value. Token distribution. Initial distribution, how tokens are initially allocated among different stakeholders, developers, investors, community, etc., and so forth, and so on and so forth. Vesting periods, schedules that gradually release tokens to stakeholders over a predetermined time frame, aiming to prevent large sell-offs and promote long-term commitment. Token utility and demand. Utility, the actual use case of the token within the ecosystem, example, paying for transaction fees, participating in governance, or accessing platform features. Demand driven by factors like tokens, utilities, market sentiment, technological advancements, and strategic partnerships. Now, you also have incentive mechanisms that we've already covered. We're recapping. Staking rewards. Users lock up tokens to support network operations and earn rewards, reducing the circulating supply and potentially increasing the value. Deflationary. Airdrops, free distribution of tokens existing from tokens to existing users, fostering community engagement and potentially increasing awareness. I don't recommend the old airdrop, even though I've gotten them. I'm not a fan anymore. My bags are packed. I'm not taking any more chances. Not that I took many. Never financial advice. I don't need to take chances anymore. Nah, I don't like the old airdrop. That's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Governance, the decision made, never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You could lose your shirt, your pants, your underwear, your socks, your shoes, your everything in crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell because of anything we say or do on the channel. Please, thank you. Governance, the decision making process within a blockchain network where token holders often have voting rights to influence the project's direction. Now, token burning, permanently removing the tokens from supply to create scarcity and potentially drive up the token's value. Now, why do tokenomics matter, guys? Helps to elevate project viability. Understanding a project's tokenomics can help assess its long-term potential and viability in an assessment. Never financial advice, but it can also tell us if the price is going to shoot to the moon or tank. We don't know. Influences token value. What influences? Factors like supply, distribution, utility, and incentives directly impact a token's price and adoption rate, which is why we covered them first thing on the show if you were in earlier today. Encourages long-term holding. Well-designed tokenomics can incentivize users and investors and users to hold and participate in the network for long-term, contributing to stability and growth, like holding XRP long-term. How we say it's not financial advice. We don't feel that XRP is a day trading token. That's our opinion. But anyway, helps identify potential risk. Poor tokenomics can signal red flags like market manipulation, excessive inflation, or lack of clear utility. So, by studying and analyzing these elements, in conclusion here, individuals can gain a deeper understanding of a project's potential and make more informed decisions about investing in the cryptocurrency space. Never financial advice. You've got to buy or sell whatever you or your financial advisor say you should do. Don't buy or sell anything because of what we say on the channel. By the way, don't even look or think about coins like, don't even think about it. Can I look at them? No, don't even look at them. Can I think of it? Don't even think about it. No, can't even think about it. Not financial advice on the channel. I think to myself often, if I want to make money in this space, never financial advice. Never financial advice. If I think, if I want to make money in this space, what are the coins that I want to put some money on? There are a few others. By the way, Marnie asked earlier in the comments section why XRP to $5 by the end of the week. I rescinded that price prediction and gave a $3.35 price prediction by the end of the week, by Monday's time, Monday's episode, 7 a.m. So by this next coming Monday, 7 a.m., 7 a.m., of course, the 25th. Wow. Opening the door. How weird. Crazy. Okay, not about numerology, but how interesting, right? These numbers right here. Channel's not about that, but I love to do it. Quick little numerology. Wow. Reduces down to 4, the door, the crossroads, the decision point. Uh, Interesting. Could we be at a pivotal point here on this day coming up? Could we be a pivotal door opening? I don't know. Wouldn't that be interesting to see? And to play this back, those in the comments be like, wait, how the heck did that happen? Meaning that if we jump past all-time high right here and go into price discovery and take off at that opening of the door, says the numbers. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, these are my prices. I don't see really anybody wanting to put a price in, so we're all good. You don't need to. If you want to go ahead and shout them out. If you know a price, shout them out. You've got crypto info, blockchain made easy with your host Frank the Crypto Tank. I have people in the comments sometimes say, it was hilarious. I got a comment yesterday. Somebody goes, look at me when I'm talking to you or something like that. Of course, joking about how I don't look into the camera all the time. And I think I said something back like, I can't, too much to manage or something like that. It's like, this is impossible. So I try to look in the camera when I can, guys. I'm sorry I'm not always staring in the eye. Is what it is. Got a little thing going on here in case you can't tell. I'm trying to manage all this stuff. It's kind of fun though. I hope you guys are having fun. We have covered, I think, all about we're gonna cover. What else am I gonna cover today? What else am I really gonna cover? What else am I really gonna cover? Here, I know what I can cover to close this out. Let me get back to let's see, not that. Let's get back to this and let's get to we all love ADA. We love a few more. I'm curious where movement is on Fiat's Leak, on maybe just a couple more. I'm curious. Let's check out my VeChain. By the way, guys, I want to remind you at this point in the program, before we close out here, to please be careful to don't fall for phishing scams. Excuse me. Make sure that your cold wallets are being updated. Make sure that you guys are not falling for any emails, texts, anything in the mail, hard copy. It happened to me. Some Weeble thought it was from Weeble initially until I thought for a minute and I said, "There's no way Weeble's going to do this." It looked official and everything. Please, at this time, guys, be ultra careful with cryptocurrency holdings. I don't want to see people get. I'm not going to be going ahead and asking you for anything, any of this stuff. If you ever see that it's a bot, it's a scammer, it's somebody, I'm never going to do that, you guys. Please do not respond to nonsense things when it comes to cryptocurrency during this whole thing through whatever medium. Whether it's the cell phone, the text, the phone call, the email, the hard copy in the mail, anything. Do not respond to anything. Be ultra careful. Make sure that's first thing. Second thing, make sure you're backing up your cold wallets. You're updating your cold wallets. Go on and update them. Go on and revisit. I know some of this stuff we're long-term holders. Let's go get reacclimated with the wallets again. Whatever you have, whether it's Trezor, Decent. I love Trezor. I love Decent. I love Ledger. I don't have the S Plus, but I still like old school X. You could still use it. It's fine. Make sure you go and update is always my recommendation. I like the Ledger Nano X as well. I like the Alley Pal. I have a few that I like. Go ahead and update the wallets and get back comfortable. They all operate a little bit differently, right, guys? So get comfortable with the wallets again. And let me get to here while I'm doing this piece. Get comfortable with the wallets again, guys. And, open them back up, pull off. Not financial advice. This is my suggestion. All right. Me talking to me. I said to myself, Frank, what you should do, Frank, is go open up all your wallets again and update them. And make sure you're familiar with how all the wallets work and that all the coins are there that you thought were there and all that good stuff and maybe, whatever. Okay? Then I said to myself, Frank, what you probably should do is go on the exchanges that you're on, the platforms where you still have crypto. See if you want to go ahead and move any of those into your storage now, or into Caleb and Brown, and go ahead and set limit orders, target orders. And then I said to myself, this is what I did yesterday. I said to myself, Frank, maybe you want to go in and just kind of like make sure you've got everything straight with your wire transfer from Caleb over to your bank to make sure that's all set. And it's not really, and I've said it before and I've misspoke. It's more, here's what it is. It's more of, so I could be clearer. The bank creates something called a template, okay, whether you know or not. And it's basically like the ID card kind of for whoever wanted to go ahead and send that money, like from Caleb and Brown. It says, okay, from Caleb and Brown, here's the account number, here's all the details we need, blah, 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 blah. They create something called a template at the bank. So it's more of establishing a history of transaction. And I think you have a minimum of like $2,000 on Caleb you're pulling off like that. And it's an aggregate of a number of coins. It's how many coins you want to cash out on Caleb, or I do. Not financial advice. However many coins I want to cash out on, they can aggregate and they've got to add up to $2,000. And you go ahead and pull that. And I go ahead and pull that and I send it to my bank. And I create a history on the bank's template. This is how this works. And if I'm too advanced, I'm sorry, but just go ahead and go in and ask your banking manager. By the way, always make sure your bank is crypto friendly and plays ball well, and go talk to the banking manager. Let your banking manager know perhaps you're going to be, not financial advice. This is what's recommended anytime we're doing anything like this, is talk to the banking manager. Have a relationship. It's not even financial advice. It's actually common sense. It's actually common sense education. Talk to your banking contact, or, at the bank, or your manager, whoever you're friendly and comfortable with at the bank. And if you're not, set an appointment and sit and talk with a head honcho, talk with the manager of the bank. Because what's going to happen, very likely, not financial advice, my opinion, what I've experienced, is that regular level banker is going to then grab the manager, which is fine. And the manager is going to say, okay, I've been schooled on this crypto thing. Here's where our bank stands on this. Boom, 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 boom. So get to the manager right away, suggestion. Anyway, I then said to myself yesterday, okay, make sure you did it. Okay, good. You've got your history and the template created with the bank and with my bank and with Caleb. And now when I perform a larger transfer, I've already talked to the bank manager. I'm going to go ahead and give them a call before I perform the large transaction. I then, go ahead and when everything's firing up in the crypto space and we're climbing up that mountain, nobody can call the top, but I've got my target orders set with Caleb, and I'm paying attention and keeping an eye. And then I go into my bank, of course, and I talk to the manager and say, look, this stuff's popping. Crypto's cranking lately, and I'm getting ready to put in a large. How do you want this to happen? Because I got a target order set already for this amount. Boom, boom, boom. These amounts, I have loads of them set. FYI, full transparency and never financial advice. I always recommend going on to Caleb and Brown and loading the money onto Fireblock's custody safety, their crypto brokerage, and platform, and go ahead and set all your target orders, your sell orders for whatever you want. Now you're locked and loaded. Now you're not worried about when the market goes up, whatever. And if I want to go back in, and I can go ahead and adjust some of these prices if the market's way on fire, more than I thought it was, where I set my targets, right? Just go back in and reset them, and then forget until I look at them again. And if the crank's even higher than that, we have kind of like double top, triple. I mean, who the heck knows what happens in this whole thing, right? We could have two dead cat. Nobody knows what happens. We could have two dead cat bounces, man. Triple top. We never know what happens. Hate that. I don't like that term. We could have an extended, supercharged, super cycle bull run that continues and does dips, but just keeps going up and to the right week after week after week. And everybody's going, what's going on with this crypto stuff? A la internet market back when it happened. Excuse me. So who knows what we're headed for? But what I do know is anybody who is in crypto now and knows what they're doing. Do we have no sound again? Okay, I think our sound's fine. I can hear it. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Marnie, but I think our sound is fine. I have us still playing, so I think it's fine. Anybody who is in crypto now, my opinion, anybody who is in crypto now sets up properly with a Caleb or cold storage wallets, combination of, we're going to do a combination, right? We're going to do a combination, full transparency of uphold, you know, all the exchanges that we all use. We all use Kraken, Coinbase. We've all got them. You know, those are the regular exchanges. A Caleb and Brown, of course, which is crypto brokerage, and that's different. And we're going to explain the differences tonight, 5:30 p.m. Colorado time. Tune in live to our interview with Caleb and Brown. Managing Director Jim Bazzani is going to be on with us live, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. Tune in. There is a difference, but the folks who have set up on a Caleb and Brown, who have played the cold wallets properly, we're all going to do a combo. My point is, we're all going to do a combo of these things. We're all going to do not financial advice. We're all going to do the exchanges, the regular Krakens, and everything. We're going to do all the different cold wallets, the ledgers, the nanos, the decents, and everything, the LA pals. I have a Yubico too. That's cool with the, there's all these different wallets. We're going to do that. We're going to, some of us find a Caleb and Brown brokerage, some of us. And the thing is, my opinion, not financial advice, having a Caleb and Brown as the third piece, which many people are not aware of, is the linchpin, is the third piece in all of this. It's this. I know I made it look like Ripple. Couldn't spell for a sec. Exchanges, cold wallets, and Caleb. That's the trifecta for this bull run. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, and that is my opinion that the trifecta is exchanges. You got your Coinbases, your Krakens, your Upholds, etc., so on and so forth. And you got your cold wallets, your Ubicos, your Decents, your Treasures, you got your Ledger Nano S, your Ledger Nano S Plus, your Ledger Nano X. You got your, Elipal wallets. Did I mention Decent wallet? It's pretty decent, the Decent wallet. I love that dang thing. That thing's awesome. I love them all. I love the Ledger. Um, Guys, here's the trifecta: the exchanges, the cold wallets, and the Caleb and Brown. There's the trifecta, the key three crucial pieces for this next bull run. In fact, I'm going to need to do an episode on this because this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Exchange, cold, and Caleb. And that is the trifecta. Here we go. Hold on one second. We have a monster eraser coming today. And I do mean a monster eraser. Okay, here we go. 3 keys to success for this upcoming bull run. I've covered a video on this. Obviously, it's research first and so forth. But once not financial advice, once we're purchasing the crypto, second thing is cold wallet storage. Or number 3, Caleb and Brown. And now here's the thing. You can store it here too on Caleb and Brown. So you can store it as well at Caleb and Brown with Fireblocks Custody, institutional grade custody solutions. So your crypto's safe and set your target orders, your sell orders. So you're all locked and loaded and you're not thinking about anything. You've already done your test transactions with your bank. You talk to your banking professional and set it up. And that's an option too. Okay, so these are options. These 3 things so the research is performed, they're purchased on the exchanges. You go ahead and get cold wallets rocking, and you go ahead and get Caleb and Brown moving. Boom. Now your cash out is easy. Easy cash out. And that's the key, is an easy cash out, because a lot of folks are going to end up being, for lack of a better, how do I say this? A lot of folks are going to be millionaires on paper only and are going to miss this whole thing. There are 3 pieces with this whole thing, and there they are. 3 key pieces. Of course, it starts with research, and then on exchanges purchasing, and then on keeping on cold wallet or Caleb as step kind of like 2 and 3. And step 4 is setting the limit orders, the target orders, and making sure that you're ready to go on Caleb for the cash out. You've talked to your bank, and then that's kind of like the cash out is the last phase, and it's included there. So there's 5, 6 phases, but those are the 3 keys to doing this whole thing. And it's crucial, in my opinion. Okay, so we are out for today. That's what we got. That's what we got for you on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. And I love you guys, and thank you for coming into the comments this morning. And for everybody who's viewed, thank you for coming in, and thanks for joining the tank. At this point in the show, it's Professor Tank. That's Professor Tank to you. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you spending some time with me this morning. It's pretty cool that you guys came in. Prit T, Marnie, everybody. Some of my regs are not in this morning, but we've got some other folks that came in this morning. I appreciate you very much. I love that you came in and spent some time with us. And please tune in 5:30 tonight Mountain Time for a Caleb and Brown interview with Jim Bizzani to find out what's going on with all this stuff, what the heck this crypto brokerage thing is, and why it's crucial. And by the way, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Tune in tomorrow, 7 a.m. to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Tap like and subscribe on your way out as well. And you can check our Caleb link down below if you want to learn more about Caleb. You guys have a great Monday, great start to the week. Huge smiles on the faces. This is about living life and having a blast. So please keep a huge smile and have a great week this week. Love you guys.